If you think Jason Kelce was in the right for smashing that guy's phone, you probably voted for Kamala, and here's why he's wrong. So this past weekend at a Penn State football game, Jason Kelce was seen smashing a fan's phone after he called his famous brother, Chiefs tight end, the F word.
Kelce, can I get a fist bump? Kelce, can I get a fist bump?
And everyone was on his hairy nuts by saying, you stood up for your brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He stood up for his brother and he wasn't wrong for it. Don't ever apologize for defending your family. Couple things I want to touch on. You guys are here for the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I'm going to give you all the cold hard facts as to why he's in the wrong. Something that Shannon Sharp don't want to see. Something that Chad Ochocinco's McDonald's eating ass don't want to see. Something that none of these supposed experts want to talk about. I don't know why. Maybe because they're just that blind to the situation. But here we go. First, let's applaud this fan, if you want to call him that. Let's applaud this fan a little bit. Not fully, because I do think he's in the wrong. You don't need to say that to that caliber of a player, that caliber of a Hall of Famer in Jason Kelce about his brother. But I want to applaud him for the fact that he actually said something to Jason while Jason was right there, rather than being a keyboard warrior. Of course, everybody out there is like, the internet has made everyone so tough because they could hide behind a phone or a keyboard. Sure, it has. But at least this fan had the balls to say something to Jason. Does that mean he's in the right? Absolutely not. I'm just saying he's not abiding by the same rules that many people do. That's number one. Number two, Jason is, and I hate to say this, but it's the truth, he's an industry plant. He would not have half the gigs that he has now if he was just an ordinary lineman. Sure, there have been other linemen, such as Andrew Whitworth, such as I think Swagoo was a lineman. They may be defensive or offensive. I don't quite remember. You can let me know in the comments section. But he wouldn't be given half of these opportunities if he wasn't Travis Kelce's brother, who, by the way, is dating perhaps the most famous woman on the planet in Taylor Swift. You mean to tell me that if Jason was an average Joe Schmo from Idaho or Ohio, wherever the hell they're from, he wouldn't be getting all these opportunities if he wasn't Travis's brother? Come on. And you could even make the argument that not many people knew, unless you're a hardcore football fan. The casual football fans didn't even know that Travis Kelce had a brother until Travis had the notoriety that he did, and that was dating Taylor Swift. And now he wants to ruin it all by doing this. And of course, everyone's like, oh, you're sticking up for your brother. There's other ways to stick up for your brother. Like that fan walked up to him, said, hey, he's an FA blank, FA, you know. He could have easily bodied him by saying, oh, yeah, well, we have more money than you. Enjoy being in that college debt. Oh, yeah, well, he's a back-to-back Super Bowl champion. He has 3 Super Bowls. He is probably one of the greatest tight ends to ever play. And what are you going to accomplish in your life? This is your 15 minutes of fame that you're going to get. And I get it, tensions are high, and I get it, athletes have feelings and whatnot. But if that bothers you, stay your ass at home. You mean to tell me that both Jason and Travis weren't called exactly the same thing when they were running out into from the tunnel onto the field, when they played in Philadelphia, when they played in New York, when they played in Washington, when they played in Dallas, when they played in San Diego, when they played in Denver, LA? Come on. They were probably told way worse things on the field, and they just had to brush them off. Now, I'm not saying that all these athletes that get called nasty things need to brush things off. I'm just saying there's a time and place for anything and everything, and this wasn't the time nor place, especially this day and age in social media and everyone with their camera phones. So that's another reason. Reason number 3, and this is the reason that nobody wants to talk about. What Jason did was a crime. You can look that up. When you take someone's phone and you damage it, that is a damage of property. It is a federal crime in all 50 states of the United States of America. I'm sorry, but Conor McGregor did it when he was in Miami, Florida. He got arrested for it. Don't believe me? Look it up. So why wasn't Jason arrested for it? Did the ESPN lawyers that Jason has come up and protect him? Did the Taylor Swift lawyers that Jason has come up and protect him? Did the lawyers from his NFL days come up and protect him? I'm pretty sure they did. They probably took this kid that said that thing to him into a back room and said, hey, we'll give you $100,000 if you don't press charges. Hey, don't say anything. Don't come out and say anything. Here's a new phone. Also, here's a $300,000 for your troubles. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. And that's why Jason didn't even go down to the precinct. it is a federal crime what he did. Also, we live in the United States of America, land of the free, home of the brave. There is a crazy thing called freedom of speech. You ever thought of that? You ever thought of that? Yeah, that's what I thought. And it seems like, again, I'm not saying Jason has no right to be mad, but we're just forgetting all the facts in this situation. And that what he did was an absolute crime. Now, after his ESPN lawyers and Taylor Swift lawyers and NFL lawyers came to his defense, he had to do one better and apologize on national TV because this is a bad image for Mickey Mouse.
That's what listen, I'm not happy with anything that took place. I'm not proud of it. And, in a heated moment, I chose to greet hate with hate, and I just don't think that that's a productive thing. I really don't. I don't think that it leads to discourse, and it's the right way to go about things. And in that moment, I fell down to a level that I shouldn't have. So I think the bottom line is, I want to live my life. I try to live my life by the golden rule. That's what I've always been taught. I try to treat people with common decency and respect, and I'm going to keep doing that moving forward. Even though I fell short this week, I'm going to do that moving forward and continue to do that.
At the end of the day, I'm not saying Jason doesn't deserve to be mad. Of course he does, and you should defend your family. But unless that fan mentioned a dead relative, that's a reason to get his phone and throw it on the ground. Unless that fan said something derogatory about Jason and Travis's mom, that's something to get mad at and throw their phone down on the ground. But for something that's not even true, come on. And if it is true, I'm not knocking Travis. He could do whatever the hell he wants, as can Jason. But I'm just saying, bro, you're acting like it's true. The entire world knows it is not true, that he's totally boning Taylor Swift night after night. So why be mad about something that's not true? That's a lie. If it's a lie, that fan told it. I'm just saying. And I'm sure people in the comment section are going to be like, oh, well, if you were in his situation, you would have done the same thing. I have already been in this situation before. I'm not going to talk about it, but I've been in this situation before to where I had to choose between being locked up in a cell or having my freedom, and I chose my freedom. But it just mind boggles me at the fact that, yeah, Jason didn't get arrested for this, being that this is a federal crime. And of course, nothing's going to happen to him because in the eyes of millions, the Kelce brothers can't do no wrong. So he's just going to go on his business as usual and live his life.